Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a rating your Doomstack video covering 18 Skink oracles and Croak and a red-crested Skink chief. But the main focus is going to be on the oracles, going up against 4 armies of Etain, and the battle result says valiant defeat. Now, before we get into the actual battle, we got a little bit of housekeeping to do. This is going to be the first video where we're going to change up the rating system. Been listening to feedback, and clearly the old rating system was a bit simple. It worked for Warhammer 2, but I don't think it really works for Warhammer 3, because we're just getting so many 10 out of 10 Doomstacks sent in that we've got to change up the criteria a little bit. So I've got a new criteria that's not just giving it a number rating, because that just doesn't adequately address whether or not a Doomstack is good or not. So we've got a new system. That'll be at the end of the video. Another thing is that I've been listening to your feedback, and a lot of people are complaining that there are not enough disaster battles, or that the disaster battles are too easy. The problem is that I can only deal with the stuff that I've been sent in. And for one thing, I'm only getting sent in about 1 save file a day, so that doesn't give me a lot of choices. And the disasters that get sent in are either way too easy, in which case I'm not going to make a video on it if I can, finish it in 5 minutes sort of thing, or they are so beyond impossible where it's like Garrison going up against 4 full stacks. There's nothing I can do about that sort of situation, not worth making a video on it. There is a sweet middle ground where the battle is just difficult enough to make me sweat, but it's actually possible to win it. Those are the disaster battles that I want to make disaster videos on. Now, if you're somebody that would like me to fix it, even if it is super easy, right? If you might think it's super easy, because I'm more than happy to fix your disaster battle if it doesn't take me too long, and then just not make a video on it. But if you want to send me a disaster battle, look at the description. There's detailed instructions on what you're going to do, where to find your save file, my email address, that kind of stuff. I would definitely welcome some more disaster battles. I'm probably going to have to start dipping into the Warhammer 2 disaster battles that are being sent in, if I don't get some more Warhammer 3 ones, because the well is drying up very quick. Alright, so let's jump in here now and see what we can do. So yeah, I do appreciate everyone that does send in disaster battles, and if I haven't sent you a response to them, just what you got to do is just hit respond, like reply to your own email, and just type bump in it, and that'll put it back at the top of my list. Because typically speaking, I don't really open up disaster battles that are like 10 days old, because I'm like, oh, they would have moved on from it from that point. There's no way someone's going to wait 10 days. So if I don't get to it within 24 hours, just respond with bump. Don't resend the save file, just bump it. That way it goes to the top of my list, and if I see something's been bumped a few times, I'll prioritize it. Because here's the thing, it's always hot and cold. It's like sometimes I get bloody 50 disasters sent in one day, and I can't check them all. And then we enter a time like now where I get like next to none, and I gotta like ask you guys, hey, either send me some new ones or bump the ones that are old that you still want me to fix. But if you're wondering, yeah, why I haven't been doing many disaster battles, I want to do them, but there hasn't been anything to make it an entertaining video on. I've been doing them. Like I did one just before here, but it wasn't worthy of making a video on it, so I didn't make a video. But I fixed it. Alright, what we're going to do here, we're going to use Vanguard Deploy, and we are going to run in here, immediately start shooting them before their reinforcements arrive. If we can take out Alistair early, that'd be great. Kind of moved out of the way. Try to get rid of something of the single entity. Because what we want to be doing, I think, with this army is just charging into melee. Just charging in, getting the enemy infantry to blob up, and then just Comet of Cassandora like crazy. Alright, I think Tyrion's coming in. There he is. Alright, but still taking out that handmaiden, I think was pretty good. Alright, I'm just going to charge right in here. Because if we do this, then the single entities will probably have a hard time getting at us as well. And as for these two, yeah, just going to keep them out of it. I honestly don't think that Croak in this army was a good choice. I think he's better suited elsewhere. Alright, make sure they get into as much of a single unit formation as possible. Just wait for all the infantry to crowd around. Get some heals down in the meantime. And let's start bombing like crazy. And hopefully we hit something. They can hold long enough for us to get rid of most of this infantry. Let there be bombardment. Yeah, and that down there. Okay, need to get in close again. We're spreading out too much. Go after Alistair there. Get in nice and close. Alright, that cleared out an absolute ton of their infantry. Down there. What about these missiles over here? Nah, they're okay. They're not really doing anything to us. How are we going in here? Well, Alistair and Tyrion both would be quite a difficult opponent to be fighting in melee. Definitely would have been better to shoot them, but they would have just closed in on us really quickly anyway. And when we came in here, I did try to shoot them, and he avoided us, which was actually kind of clever of them. Alright, maybe what we'll do is go sit by the reinforcement zone, so as they're coming in, it's just quicker to get them clumped up, because I need this phase of the battle to be over with quickly. That was a nice comment. And also, if we can get their archers with this as well, that would be really handy. What are you doing? Got some good items in here as well. Common of Cassandora isn't going to hurt single entities all that much, so we don't have to worry too much if it hits our own troops. Alright, this one here has taken quite a bit of damage. Need to try to pull it out. Since it stalks, if we can just get it out, we can just get it to safety. Also, these guys are really fast. Okay, get in there. Keep pounding down on Tyrion. Got a nice big infantry blob coming down over here. Keep moving. Alright, how many comments do I have left? Still got a couple. I think this is the last one. Oh, make it count. No, just wait. Good, Tyrion's leaving the battlefield. He definitely used up his Heart of Avalon. How much damage did he end up doing to us? A bit. It wasn't that much. Considering that's Tyrion, how's Alistair doing? About the same. Let's take him out. Alistair's going down. Still more reinforcements to come in. Almost done though, with their reinforcements coming in. Right, stay still. I think that's our last bomb, but I'll just check. Got a few of these Rods of the Storm abilities. Not gonna bother with stuff that's low impact. Yeah, that was our last, one of those. The Common of Cassandra is still taking out probably at least a full stack with that. And a lot of the single entities are going, okay, you need to take out that Phoenix. And now that their single entities have been defeated, things seem a lot calmer. So I think you can come back here. Oh, it doesn't matter. There's the army losses. There we go. Okay, this one must be unbreakable. So yeah, I really don't think Croak was useful in this army. Croak's a really good hero, don't get me wrong. But the reason why I didn't want to use him is because, for one thing, he's a legendary hero. Right, so you only get one of him. And the second thing is, he can't keep up with them. And what would I do if I had to run? I'd be stuck here. Like, it would be good to pop down the Supreme Shield of the old ones, but we didn't need it. Nobody died. And we can easily heal. And how often in Warhammer 3 are you going to go up against 4 full stacks of enemies? So rare. Unless it's the endgame crisis. Which there is no high elf endgame crisis currently. You guys ready for the new rating system? Which definitely, this Doomstack here will benefit. Well, I don't know if it'll benefit from it, because in the old system, this would probably just get a 10 out of 10. But in the new system, no, it's not how it works. So what I want to look at is why this guy. Just want to look at it a little bit and have a look at some of the equipment and some of the decisions made with this army before I give my final verdict. Okay. Please don't tell me it took you 425 turns to build this. Alright, let's have a look. Why this guy? Why this guy? Pompous. Are they all pompous? What's going on? Disciplined? Perceptive? Disciplined? Tough? Pompous? So it's just a variety of them. Yeah. Pompous is a really good trait if you get loads of them. If you only get 1 or 2 of them, it's barely noticeable. It's only when you start to get the enemy leadership down to, like, below 20, that's when it becomes ridiculous. But yeah, if just getting 1 or 2 of them doesn't really make that big of a difference. Confidence not that useful, but discipline definitely is. Extra melee attack. Jeez, look at all those armors of destiny. You had a lot of them. Look at those. Oh my god. Well, you know, spend 400 turns in a campaign. You'd get, yeah, you'd get a lot of them. Alright, so I still don't understand why this one. Why him? Just because he gets out of the way? I guess that's pretty good. Ah, that's why. Melee attack plus 10 for lords and melee defense for lords and heroes. Yeah, right. That's why he went with that hero. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I just wasn't sure why he went with it. Yeah, I think that's a good call. And that way you could get as many of these as you theoretically want, depending on army capacity. Okay, time to rate this. So, the criteria goes like this. The first criteria is whether or not the army, the Doomstack, is practical or impractical, okay, for regular campaign play. And this one gets the ranking of extremely fucking impractical, okay? So, just so you know, impractical is a bad score, okay? Because you would not normally build this Doomstack unless your campaign is already won, in which case you wouldn't have needed this Doomstack. Therefore, you're building it for fun, which is fine, but it is incredibly impractical. These guys here are requiring tier 5 buildings in order to increase the capacity of. So from here, yeah, +1 for Skink Oracles. You can recruit your first one through tier 4, but increasing capacity does take a while. It's very expensive. So they're extremely impractical. Putting these guys all into one army is also losing the benefit of spreading them out amongst your armies to increase mobility, which you didn't even do at all for some reason. This is extremely valuable. Getting an extra 20% odd movement. I know it says 15%, but the base is 5. Or was it the base 10? I can't remember. Whatever the case is, the extra movement gain from this is extremely useful. So that's not great. Also, if you're using Stegodon Doomstacks, which again you don't need to do, having one of these guys is now a good replacement instead of having to always have a Slan. So in terms of that particular rating, it's impractical. Now, the next thing is strength. Okay, is it, limp noodle fucking weak? Is it super strong? What's it going to be? So basically the new rating doesn't use numbers. It uses words. Wow, not numbers. So the strength rating of this is incredibly strong. Very, very strong. Top marks for just raw power. And then the third mark to use is how easy is it to use? It's very easy to use. Not the easiest, so I'd say it's like easy, but not easiest, because I did have to actually click. Some Doom stacks you don't even have to do anything, and those are like, you could be brain dead and still get a victory, a flawless victory out of that. So yeah, those are the 3 criteria from now on. How practical or impractical is it? How strong or weak is it? And how easy or difficult it is to use. Because there are Doom stacks out there that we've gotten that require shitloads of micro, but you can do a really good job with it. So this new rating system doesn't use numbers at all. If you want to give it a number, you go right ahead. But those are the 3 rating systems we're going to use for rating one-man Doom stacks and regular Doom stacks from here on out. And just to reiterate, to summarize one last time, this is impractical, easy to will and strong. So it's got like 2 out of 3 of the things that are good. The best Doom stacks will be easy to build. Will be practical. Will be easy to use and be super strong. Those will be the top marked Doom stacks. Those are the ones that you really want to go for in your campaigns. I imagine most Doom stacks that we get sent in that are hero-based Doom stacks will be impractical. Unless it's something like really easy to recruit hero, like Exalted Heroes or Skinwolf Werekins. Anyway, that's the end of this one here, guys. Don't forget to check out the description for how to send in disaster battles, because I need your help in order to make good content. I am more than happy for you guys to fabricate disaster battles, to send it in to me. They don't have to be genuine, okay? I don't mind. Just don't tell me if you faked it. Remember to keep in mind that a battle that is so beyond impossible that there's just no hope whatsoever, those are not... I can't make good videos out of that. There has to be some hope. So if you're going to fabricate something, you've got to give me at least something of a chance. Make me work for it for sure, but give me something of a chance. Another thing to keep in mind as well is battles where I am basically forced to just waste enemy ammunition for like 40 minutes. I'm not going to do those, okay? We have to actually be fighting. I don't mind 40-minute battles, but I got to be fighting the whole time. So, take that as well. And also, if you send in something that's too easy, I'll just fix it for you and then send it back and then be like, that's it. I couldn't make a video out of it, but I'll happily fix it for you. As long as I've got time. If you send me 100 of those a day, I won't have time for it, but we'll see how things go. But anyway, appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys sending in these save files. The channel wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for your assistance in sending these files in. I probably haven't been as grateful to you guys as I should have been recently. But I've had a little bit of a reality check, so it's just always good to come back to earth a little bit. Anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.